Good morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. And I wanted to take the second demo on understanding the Power BI project. Yesterday, we understood what is that you're going to be learning in this project, and how is that this project is going to be helping you to understand the real-time concepts, and all these things we understood, and what is the business domain we are going to be using. All these things been discussed yesterday, right? So people who have missed yesterday's brief, they will be able to understand what is that we're going to be covering and everything. I'll be able to tell you once again today. So this project is all about this project is all about Power BI implementation. It is purely on the Power BI project. Okay, so nothing else. And some SQL concepts will be implemented, and completely Power BI concepts are implemented like Power Query, right? And and data modeling, that is Power, data modeling of the given data, then understanding DAX queries and implementing, create various reports and dashboards. Okay, so and deploying them, right? And providing security privileges and everything. But the important thing is here, and you need to understand the business domain. So GoOnlineTrainings.com has various projects. So we have one more project called end-to-end project. Okay, we have one more project called end-to-end project. In this project, we were covering SSIS and data warehousing, and we are covering stored procedures and writing complex queries in complex stored procedures, and SSAS cube and SSRS. So if not SSRS, Power BI. So in this project, there are some 22 videos, I think, or 25 videos. I don't know. I forgot. 25 videos. Each video will take minimum 3 to 4 hours to complete it. So each video will be explaining about a task. But in this end-to-end project, you have to know SSIS, data warehousing concepts, stored procedures. That is SQL also. You have to know advanced stuff, and SSAS, and if you know SSRS, that is fine, and Power BI. But more, we are focusing on this part, and Power BI and SSRS is little less here. It is completely end-to-end project. This project you can keep in the CV. So this project you can keep in the CV as first project. Okay. So in that you can mention, I know SSIS and data warehousing, blah, blah, blah. But many people are also asking, sir, I don't want to include SSIS and everything. I need purely Power BI project. This is also, it will take a minimum 15 to 20 hours to complete my theory. But when you do each and every, one task, it may take 3 to 4 hours. So if you take a minimum 20 hours of explanation will be there. But remember, each explanation will take 4 to 5 hours to implement. So you need to spend enough time. So daily 2 to 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours, you need to take the activity. 1 hour activity, I'll give you, or half an hour activity, I can just explain in the theory. Then I'll show you this is what you need to do it, and I'll tell you how to do that activity, and you need to do it and come back with the questions tomorrow. So it is completely hands-on driven, and a minimum it will take 20 hours to complete. But each task will take lot of time to complete. So once you complete that activity, we'll go to the next activity. That is how we're going to be implementing in this. But this is completely Power BI project. You don't need to know ESSIS. You don't need to know data warehousing. You need not know stored processes, nothing, right? But this project also you can keep in your CV. So minimum 2 projects you have to keep in your CV, right? So you can do one project or you can do 2 projects. So that is your choice. But I mean, we are going to give you these two, and this is currently a live project. So now live is going on this project, but this project we don't have live. You need to buy videos and practice. But if you get any question, you should be able to write me email, sir, this is what is the question, I got it, and I need to know the solution. Bhaskar Jogi at gmail.com, and these are the phone numbers. You can contact my team, or you can just write me a mail saying that I'm stuck in this. This is my phone number. So I will be able to call 121. I will be able to fix your task, right? Either the current task or the previous task, anything, you will be able to get my support, because you have to complete these activities one by one. So these are two flavors. One is called completely all the features are going to be implemented. This project you need to do compulsorily, because only with Power BI means it will be useless. But once you do that, if you wanted to know more Power BI and you need to do this project, these two projects you should be able to keep in your CV, and both of them are paid projects. So this is also, you have to pay and get it. It is a paid project, and this is also live project. This is also paid project. Clear? So both of them are will be available. So your choice whether you need two or you need one. So that is your choice. But definitely this is compulsory, and if you wanted to have this also, we are giving the couple of options. Again, based on your commercials, and based on your interest, we can buy both of them, or you can have one of them. So that is your choice. You should be able to keep these two projects in your CV. If you put a minimum 3 to 4 years of experience, minimum two projects, or if you put at least a minimum 3 to 4 or 3 to 5, or a minimum 3 to 10 years of experience, minimum 2 to 3 projects you need to showcase in the CV, and compulsorily you will be able to get lot of interview questions. Tell me about your challenges. Tell me how do you load the data? What kind of a data you have? Tell me what kind of a reports you have created, what kind of a dashboards you have created, and why is it the company wanted to implement business in analytics. Tell me the story, user story about this project. So the hell a lot of questions the company wanted to ask, and each and every phase, what are the difficulties that you have faced, and what is the domain in which you have worked. Lot of domains we have, right? So lot of business domain knowledge also they will be asking. What is the domain? So we have a lot of domains. Healthcare domain, right? We have a banking domain. We have retail domain, that is Flipkart or Amazon.com, Walmart retail domain, banking, insurance domain, right? And oil and natural gas, ONGC, right? Oil and natural gas, oil, oil sectors, right? We have lot of domains are available, in which domain you're able to get the knowledge, right? So that is also one more interview question. This project, end-to-end project, the project name is called TARDIS project. This project is completely healthcare domain, medical domain. Okay, healthcare domain, insurance project, medical insurance project. Okay, so this one project you will be able to understand and you will be able to do. And the Power BI project, the domain I wanted to tell. So here we have a domain called education, right? Education means the Byju's company, or Go online trainings, or Upgrade, or a physics wala, or any the training institute, it is completely called education data. So domain I'm talking about here, education. So business domain you have to know. So education business, education domain, I'm going to be using and giving the data like that. We have a couple of domains, and we have one is called automobile. So automobile, also automobile means trucks, car manufacturing and everything, right? So automobile, so car industry, bike industry, automobile industry I'm talking about. So we are going to be having lot many domains in the near future, but as of now we cannot implement everything. So I'll be taking few domains. I'll be creating every month a new project. At least if you have one or two domains project, that you can easily tell what are the reports you have created, what type of the data used to get it, what is the size of the data, how many reports you have created, how many dashboards you have created, how many SSAS package you have created, right? So what is the total experience you have, what are the real time challenges you faced in, and can you tell me one flow of the project. So how the requirement phase is started, and after that what are the things you have implemented, and after that what all you have done from first to last. Can you tell me step by step, so that we can understand this project and what are the tables you have in the project, how each table is linked, and what are the dimension tables, what are the factor tables, what are the data analytics that you have implemented, what are the metrics you have implemented, what are the key factors that you wanted to understand or the customer wanted to understand from your dashboards and from the reports. So like that, the company wanted to, the interviewer wanted to understand what is the knowledge in which you have the complete hands-on driven. So when you do the project, definitely you should be able to tell and the issues and the challenges and the table names and primary keys, foreign keys, lot of things they'll ask you. Tell me the project, tell me the how the architecture about the project, tell me what kind of a schema has been implemented, tell me one a report from starting to end, how you have implemented, and what are the difficulties, what are the data modeling techniques you have implemented, what is one to one data modeling, what is one to many data modeling in your project. Can you just explain me a different data modeling, and in which table to which table, why it is one to one, if it is one to one, what will happen, if it is one to m, what will happen. So like that, people are going to be asking lot of questions. Okay, people are going to be asking lot of questions, and each and everything should be hands on driven. That is the reason why we have to do the project. Clear? So without a project, only if you know the theory of Power BI or a SQL server, you will be able to tell what is a primary key. You can answer, but where did you implement a primary key? And this primary key, maybe becoming a foreign key, right? But in which table it is going to be connecting? Why it is connecting? What is the relationship between that table to this table, right? Is it one to one relation, one to many relation? Why it is one to many relation? And what are, how the architecture has been implemented, right? So all these things you will not be able to answer. Simply dragging and dropping a visualization is not a report, right? So creating a visualization anybody can do, but underlying the steps means understanding the report requirements and what are the documentation that has been implemented, and what are the various levels of information, and what kind of a unit testing you have implemented, and how did you get the work from your company, and who's going to be assigning the work. All these things are going to be asked in the interview. So many people, somehow they'll be able to crack the interview in the day one itself, in the project level meeting, or in the after joining the company. You will be able to get a lot of project level interviews. Again, you will be able to get the interviews when you join the company, right? So they'll ask you what kind of a reports you have developed, what are the difficulties that you have faced, tell me day to day activities in your project. So after joining the company also, you need to answer a lot of things. It is not that if you only understand the simple SQL Server or SSIS packages, so that is not sufficient at all. You will not be able to sustain in the company. You can crack the interview by hearting 100 interview questions. You will be able to crack the interview, but after that, again, you will not be able to do it. You will have a fear, and you will have a lot of shivering when the manager is asking you a lot of questions, guys. So definitely these are the projects that we are going to be giving. So whatever you wanted to have, you should be able to have. Either you can take one or you can take two, and that is your choice, and both of them you can keep in your CV. And after this project, will tell you how to prepare a CV with this project, and how to keep this project in your CV. Everything I'm going to be explaining, and last one session in that we'll be talking about CV preparation and how to tell these projects in the interview. So that is also will get recorded, and that will be given. Clear? It is completely hands-on driven. Daily one task by task will be given. The yesterday's activity I told you, it is completely educational data. I'm going to be using it, and these are the things I'm going to be deploying, but it will take a lot of time. So creating a data set is nothing but a data engineering. You need to get the data, understand the data, because before creating a report you need to understand the data, understanding the report requirements and everything, right? So that is the task number one. That is the task number one. And so these are the board numbers, and that you need to always keep. So today will be the last demo, second demo, and today will be the last demo. and tomorrow you will be able to get the payment details and everything. So if you don't get the payment details, you can just ping them or call them saying that I have attended Power BI project in 7 p.m. and I did not get the payment details, means they will be able to communicate. Or sometimes they would have sent you a mail, but it would have gone to spam folder. Okay, check in the spam in your Gmail. If not, either you can communicate to me. These are two my email IDs: bhaskarjogi@gmail.com, goonline.bhaskar. You can also mail me saying that, sir, this is my name, this is my phone number. I did not get the payment details. Okay, so if you fill the form, you will be able to get the discounted fee also. Clear? So daily we are going to be understanding step by step. And today let us understand the architecture about our project. Right? Yesterday also I have explained, but today also I will be explaining some brief about the project once again, so that you will be able to understand. Without understanding the domain, when you join the company management will give you KT sessions, knowledge transfer sessions. Right? They will give you what sessions? KT. KT means what? Knowledge transfer. They will give you 1 week of KT. In that, they will explain how the project is happening, what kind of data they have, what kind of report requirements that you have to create. One senior person from your team, existing team member, is going to be giving you uh, a KT. So without that KT, you will not be able to understand. They will tell you what are the server names, what are the databases you need to use, what is the data sets you're going to be using: Excel data, SQL Server data, or SharePoint data, SAP data, mainframe data, whatever be the data that they have. So they will tell you the server names, this name, that name, process, everything they will be able to tell you. That is what is called KT sessions. As soon as you join the company, after that you will be allocated to the project, right? So you will be able to understand the KT, then start implementing your work. So must know SQL and Power BI and DAX also we are going to be understanding. 20 hours daily, 1 hour task will be there. So 1 hour or 30 minutes, I don't know. But as of now, let us think that it is 1 hour activity. So I'll be explaining the activity. I'll be explaining the activity, and next day you need to implement it. I will also help you how to implement the activity, and you need to do on your own. You may be stuck, so that you can tell me in the next class, or you can also mail me, sir, I'm stuck in this case, can we connect once? So same day also you can ask me, or next day class also you can ask me. You will be able to complete this activity. Then we'll go to activity number 2, activity number 3, activity number 4, like that. We'll have some couple of activities. If you complete those 15-20 activities, that means project is over. Project is over. So all of them we are going to be including. All these activities will get included in that 20 activities, and you will create a lot of reports. You will understand business domain. You will understand lot of challenges, and many places you will be stuck. You need to stuck, so that when you stuck, you will understand more. If you don't stuck, you will not be able to understand anything. So that is what is important, right? All the tasks will be assigned, right? So no theory, fully hands-on driven. Daily recorded videos are going to be shared. So that is what is the course details, right? So you completely have to know at least basic SQL, basic Power BI with the DAX you have to know. So to start this project, right? So today's session is understanding the project, or understanding the data of the company. That is a task number 1. This is what is called KT session I'm talking about, right? And the Q&A, if you have any questions, you should be able to ask, because if you don't understand the data, if you don't understand the project, then definitely you will not be able to do anything. So as soon as you join the company, as soon as you join, so you will have a team, right? So how the team will be there? For example, you are working for a Walmart project. What is the project name? The project name is called Walmart company. So you may be working for a IBM company. IBM is your payroll company. You go and join this company, but IBM will have a lot of clients. One of the client is called Walmart, right? So like that. So this is one client, one customer for the IBM, or you may have Citibank, right? Citibank could be one more client, or IBM will have one more company called ICICI Bank. Like that, it is going to be recruiting many developers, maybe Java developer, .NET developer. It could be any developer. All the people are, recruited, and you will be able to assign to a project. If you're a Power BI developer, maybe Power BI requirement is there, you will be able to, go there and join. Or you may be a Java developer. This may be Java role, so you will be able to go and be there in this project. Clear? So you need to understand, one IT company is going to be having a lot of customers, right? Walmart, Citibank, ICICI Bank, Netflix. So for each and every project, you will be you will have a lot of developers, and not only you, like you, a lot of many teams are going to be there. So this is what is your team. So there are three people, and above there is one more guy or two more guy, and above there is a one more guy. So like that, you have the team. So total one, two, three, 4, 5, 6 people are there. Let me tell you your team like this. Okay, you will have a team lead. So team lead who's going to be having minimum 7 years to 10 years of experience in the IT industry. Real time experience will be there. So he's going to be your team lead. Under that, you will have a senior software engineer. Senior software engineer, SSEs. Okay, senior software engineer, maybe you're going to be having 4 to 7 years of experience. 4 to 7 years of experience people are going to be there. So all these people are called SSE, SSE, and SSEs. Okay. Now below you are going to be, again you're going to be having a software engineer. So one software engineer here and one more software engineer going to be there. It may be 0 to 3 years or 0 to 4 years. Clear? So what is the team? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. They'll ask you what is the team size in your company, right? So who's the client? Client will be Walmart. Client will be Walmart. How many people are working for the company? There are 6 people. All these guys are called as what? BA developers, right? Because it is completely BA development team. BA means you may be knowing SSIS, Power BI, SQL Server, all the technologies you may be knowing, or ADF, Azure Data Factory, cloud-based ETL software. End of the day, this is what is the team size that you have to talk about. What is your role? Your role will be a software engineer. You are having, let us say, 4 years of experience as of now. You are good in SSIS, you are good in SQL Server, you are good in Power BI, you are good in DAX, and you are good in data warehousing, and all these things, and you worked for 2 projects, and one of the project purely, in Power BI, and one more project where you have implemented SQL Server and SSIS and everything. That is how you should be able to, showcase. Compulsorily, they'll ask you what is the team size and what is your role. Your role is SSCA role, or your role is software engineering role. What is the role that you're going to be, playing? You can tell them that my role is called software engineer role. I'm a Power BI developer, but I'm a software engineer in that role, and I'm having 3.5 years of experience. That is what you need to say. Who's the client? Walmart. Or who's the client? Byju's.com. Or who's the client? Edureka. So it is educational data, or Walmart retail data, or ICICI Bank banking data, or loans data, HDFC loans, or insurance data, insurance, Star Health and everything, insurance data. So whatever be the client that you need to say, right? So who's going to be allocating the task? So definitely your team lead will be allocating the task to each and every person. Clear? So this team lead is going to be reporting to assistant manager, and assistant manager is reporting to one more M. This guy is called manager. Bro, manager will have a lot of teams. So assistant manager and manager, not only one project, you will have one more project. So one more team lead is that this guy is also reporting to this guy, and this guy also reporting to, like that. These manager and assistant managers will be handling a couple of projects, some 3 to 4 projects they will be handling it, and this team will be completely managed by this team lead. The team lead will be connecting to the assistant manager. Then there is a guy called a customer. Customer means Walmart customer also will be there, and once in a week or once in a 2 days you will have to have the calls. What is happening, the team lead have to conduct a meeting. Normally US clients means evening 6 o'clock or evening 7 p.m. in the Indian timing. So you will have the calls with the client meeting. So most of the time the team lead and manager and assistant manager and customer also will come online. They will be able to understand what is the project and where the project is, everything. So you need not be talk to the client. You need not talk to the client. But if the client is asking you something, right? This is me. You can say, this is me. I'm Bhaskar. If I have a question, I should be able to talk to my senior software engineer, or this guy can talk to the team lead. So end of the day, the team lead is going to be talking to the client meetings. Clear? So what are the activities that you are going to be doing? This is the one interview question. What are the activities that you are going to be doing from morning to evening? You cannot say, I will only code. People will laugh at you. So as soon as you go to the company, what you do? You do the regular mail checking. Email checking is one activity. Second activity is called giving or understanding the KT sessions. Giving or understanding the KT sessions. The next one, prepare a documentation. So you need to understand some documentation, prepare the documentation and submit for the review, right? And you have to prepare some kind of a documentation. So deployment guides, unit testing, functional testing documents, unit testing test cases, all these things you need to prepare, right? And apart from that, you have to do the coding, SQL stored procedure you may develop, Power BI report you may create, or SSIS package you may create. All this coding you need to do it. Or and daily you will have the internal meetings. Internal meetings means within your team you will get together 5 o'clock in the morning, or 5 o'clock in the evening, or daily at morning at 12 o'clock you will be having 30 minutes 40 minutes internal meetings. Daily meetings will be there. Or you will be able to have alternative days a meeting with the clients. Clear? So all these things you will be able to know. What is the team size you should know. And if you have any work, and how is that you're going to be communicating, and you will be communicating to the seniors. What is the team size and how you're going to be getting the work? Means always we are going to be getting the work by the team lead. He will be sending an email, or he will create a project plan, or he will give the task in the Excel sheet, and he will be able to give you the Excel sheet. And this is what is the activity has to be done by the Bhaskar Jogi. Now for that activity, because you don't know where is the data and what kind of a requirements, you need to have some briefing also. Only if I'm a team lead, if I send a mail, that does not mean that you will understand everything, right? People have to tell you some briefing. So this is where you need to go. This is where you have the data. This is where the sample reports are there. Just watch the report. This is this kind of a report you need to create. All of them, the briefing will be done, and this is what the internally the allocation and everything will be done. And if you're stuck in any activity, you have to either ask your SSC, or you need to ask your team lead. You should not be worried about it, because you may be knowing 20 years of experience, 30 years of experience, but you don't understand the business, right? You don't understand the business. For example, I know how to prepare a tea or coffee, but if I come to your home, even though I have 10, 20 years of experience, again I'm new to your home, because I don't know where is the sugar, where is the coffee powder, where is the milk, where is the refrigerator. I don't know anything. So I need to ask those things, right? If I don't ask you, then definitely I will not be able to prepare the coffee. But even though I'm having 20 years of experience, if I come to your house, I'm a new guy there. So this 10 years or 20 years of experience doesn't matter, because until and unless you don't know where is the sugar, where is the coffee powder, where is the stove, where is the lighter, you will not be able to start the any activity. Very simple example I have given. Like that, when you join the company, even though you know SQL very well, even though you know Power BI very well, where is that you're going to be stuck. You're going to be stucking to understand the business itself. What is, all about. What is that these people are going to be doing, and what is that we need to do. You need to understand the business domain. Many times you should not be worried about. You should not be worried about the SQL Server or Power BI, because the technology is only that much. Whatever you have learned, the technology only that much. How to prepare a coffee? Now you tell me what is that you have theory. So whether you make a one coffee or 100 coffees or 1,000 coffees, the process is only that. But the process will vary when you go from one place to another place, right? If I come to India, I'm going to be using a gas stove. If I go to US, you need to use some other stove, right? Or there is other methodology that you need to follow. So end of the day, you know the technology very well, but where is, in which case you're going to be failing means compulsorily, the environment you need to understand, the business you need to understand. That is where the issue starts. Clear? So the data, the company's data, you need to understand, blah blah blah. Clear? So it is very very important that what is the team size I have explained to you, and who's going to be giving you the task I have explained to you, and what is your role I have explained to you, and how many projects you have implemented I have explained to you, and how do you get the daily work I have explained to you. What are the daily routines that you're going to be doing I have explained. What is the daily routine? So I have given couple of answers. What are the answers I have given? I have given you. So daily activities. What are the daily activities that you do? Right? So can you tell me what are the daily activities, daily tasks that you're going to be doing? Checking mail. So one activity. So daily you checking mails, right? Checking mails and reply. So definitely you will be able to reply. The next one, you need to prepare the documentation. So what kind of a documentation you prepare? Deployment guides. Deployment guides you're going to be preparing for SSIS packages or Power BI reports and all of them. And unit test cases you will be able to prepare, or any functional documents if it is needed, you will be able to prepare, right? And you need to prepare some requirement specification document called as SRS documents you will be able to prepare. This is also documentation, that is also you have to be doing. And definitely you will be able to do the coding. So morning to evening, you are going to be working on different coding means. So it might be SQL stored procedures, or maybe SSIS packages, or Power BI reports, or it may be something else. Whatever the technology that you have to write the coding, right? And after that, so once you do the coding, you need to test the code, right? So who's going to be testing? So if you prepare a coffee, you have to check the coffee, right? Mother is preparing the coffee. Mother is going to be testing whether the coffee is good or bad. So creator is going to be always first, testing guy. He's going to be testing his own code. That kind of a testing is called as a unit testing. Clear? So who's going to be doing unit testing means a developer, that is you. So you prepare a coffee, you do the unit testing, you do the, so coffee is a single unit. So that unit you're going to be testing, it is called unit testing. So you create one stored procedure. Who's going to be testing? The stored procedure is called as a one unit. That unit need to be tested by the developer. Creator is going to be doing the first level testing. So mother is going to be preparing a coffee. Mother is going to be testing the coffee first time. That kind of a testing is called as a unit testing. So unit testing is not done by the testers. Clear? Many people think that unit testing will be done by the testers. No, 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 no. Unit testing always done by the developers. Mother is going to prepare the coffee. She is going to be testing how the smell of the coffee, how the temperature of the coffee, how the the color of the coffee, darkness or the light color, how the sugar level of the coffee, how is the quantity of the coffee, how is the environment in which the dining table, everything is cleaned or not. Everything the mother is going to be verifying, testing, and she's going to be serving the coffee later. Clear? So it is not only one testing, various test cases mother going to be doing. Temperature, whether it is properly hot or cold, proper temperature is there or not, or the cup or the saucer is cleaned or not, or whether the we are getting nice aroma smell of the coffee or not, whether it is having proper quantity in the cup or not, very big amount of coffee or small quantity, or with sugar, without sugar, and more sugar, less sugar, more milk, less milk, more decoction. Lot of parameters mother is going to be verifying, and based on the requirement mother is preparing the coffee, right? If the father is having a diabetic, so she will be preparing different coffee. But the the daughter and other other people, they're young, they need the sugar, right? So they need to have the sugar, and both of them need to be verified. So father coffee is one unit, and for other cup of coffee for the daughter or the son, that is also one more unit. Both of them she has to test it. This is what is called unit testing. Every unit, every coffee cup she has to test it, and she has to serve to the guest. Clear? So every code that you're going to be writing, that you're going to be doing. So testing is also, it is your duty. So morning to evening, all of them you're going to be doing, and attend. Attend what? Internal meetings. So internal meetings you will have. So internal meetings, or attend client meetings. And attend client meetings also will be there. Who's the client? Client is Walmart, or client may be Citibank. Once in a 2 days, once in a 3 days, you will be able to have the calls and everything that you're going to be attending. So people will ask you, are you talking in the will you be talking to the client? You need not talk to the client if you're a junior level, but if you have 7-8 years of experience, definitely you will be able to talk to the client. Again, you can ask a lot of questions. This is what is happening, and this is what we're stuck, or this is a lot of things that the client will be asking. Lot of documentation you will be sharing, lot of data, lot of suggestions you will be giving from the client point of view. All of them need to be documented, and most of the time team lead and assistant managers will be there in the meetings, and they will be able to take the calls and everything. They will be able to tell you what is the activities. Daily activities means these are the daily activities that you are going to be doing. If you don't know what is unit testing, we will understand in this project what is unit testing and everything. In the previous project also I have clearly mentioned, and what is a unit test cases, how a developer is going to be preparing the unit test casing, everything we discussed. We need to understand all of them, so that people think that you're a real time guy. Otherwise, if you say that what is the daily activities, means if I say daily activities, I'll go to office, I'll do coding, I'll come in the evening, means people can catch you with one question itself, right? So that is what is. And people will ask you, what is the team size? What is the team size? How many people are there in your team? So as of now, I told you that is my team, and I am a software engineer. I'm having less than 4 years of experience. That is what I have to say. I worked on SSIS, I worked on SQL Server, I worked on Power BI reports, and I worked on data warehousing technologies and everything. I have more knowledge in SQL Server. At least 3 years of work experience I have in SQL Server, and minimum 2 years out of 4 years. So 2 years I worked for Power BI. Data warehousing, I have 2 years of knowledge. SSIS, I have almost 2.5 years of knowledge, and SQL Server I have at least 2.5 4 years of knowledge. That is what they will be able to ask. 4 years of experience. Then they'll ask you, can you give me the ratings of each and every technology? So SSIS, so you can say out of 10, I can give you 8 out of 10. So SQL, I can give you out of 10, I can give you 7 out of 10. And Power BI, and out of 10, I can give you, let us say, 8 out of 10. I am very good in Power BI. And a DAX also, I can Power BI DAX, I can also give you at least minimum 8 or 9 out of 10. These are not very complex, right? So data modeling and everything, they may ask you separately, or you can say, I'm good in data modeling, I can give you 8 out of 10. So SQL, data warehousing, Power BI. So they'll ask you like this. If it is out of 5 means, you can say, out of 5 means, you can say 5 means it will be 4, right? And 5 means it will be 3.5, something like that. You will be able to have these ratings. It will be 4 out of 5. It will be 4.5 out of this. If you're good in strong in this technology, you should be able to have. What is the total experience you have? SSIS, I have out of 4 years, first 2 years or middle of the 2 years I worked for this. SQL Server, I am having a minimum 3 years. And Power BI, I am having a minimum 2.5 years I worked on. And at DAX, I worked for at least 2 years in the along with the Power BI. So whatever they wanted to tell you, you should be able to, whatever they wanted to know, you will be able to tell. So this is how you should be able to at least start. Clear? So now, what is the? Then they'll ask you, tell me about your project. Tell me about your project. Now, this is what is called educational, institute data we have. So what are the companies I'm talking about? So we have, let us say, goonlinetrainings.com. It is my own data. Or you may be having Byju's company data, or there is a company called, a lot of companies are available, Chaitanya College or Narayana College in, India. Or you have very, very colleges, university data, educational, education institute data. That is what I'm, in the current project, I'm working on this. Okay, what kind of a data you get? Then you can, tell we have data. So a lot of students' data we are going to be having. So this is the data that you need to understand. So yesterday I spoken about this data, right? So this is goonlinetrainings.com data, my own data, and I have created a lot of dashboards, lot of reports, and the same data I'm going to be giving, and you will be able to create a beautiful reports. And what is the requirements and everything we'll discuss later. Let us understand some data. So as soon as call us and give the requirements, sir, I wanted to join Power BI course, or I wanted to join ADF course. We are going to be getting a lot of calls. My call center is going to be getting a lot of calls. So every day we are getting the data. So the data: student name, student ID, inquiry date, and where is he, from which location, and all the data, whether it is India, origin is India or a foreigner, and what is the course you wanted to have, and who's the telecaller, customer care executive. So it is from my company. We have a lot of people. So these guys are taking your calls, right? So whether this guy is a new student, or this guy is taken the course 2 years back, again you can come and ask for the one more course. All the data is going to be captured in the student details. So this is the number one form. We have it, all the data we are going to be getting. So approximately we will be able to get 1000, 10,000, 2000, 5000, approximately 10,000 rows, 10,000 inquiries per month. We will be able to get it. This data not only from India, all over the world data we are going to be having. But the client, whose client? Now goonlinetrainings.com is the client for you, and all the data. So what kind of a data we have? Inquiry data. So we are going to be having students master, students data will be stored. All the data I'm going to be loading into the Excel sheet. Not me, my call center team is going to be maintaining one spreadsheet in the server, and all the, whenever they get the call, immediately they will be able to get the data. Or sometimes we will also receive emails, sir, do you have Power BI course? My name is Bhaskar, my name is Krishna, or my name is John, my name is Ahmed. I wanted to learn this course. I wanted to, this is my phone number, I wanted to know more details. I will be able to get a email. So bhaskarjogi@gmail.com. Immediately I will be giving that email to my customer care executive, my call center team. They will be able to create his name, and he's from Saudi Arabia. His name is Syed Amzad Hussein. So he wanted to have this course immediately. Whether, so we may get a chat message in the, when you go to goonlinetrainings.com, we will be able to get a lot of charts also. When you go to goonlinetrainings.com, they will inquire a lot of courses, right? They will try to contact us. They click on the contact us page, and they will be able to fill a form. Where is that form? Form will be there somewhere, and they will be able to fill the form also. We will be able to get some links, or they will be able to call our call center. This is the form: name, email address, mobile number. Click on send. One email will be sent to bhaskarjogi@gmail.com, or it will be sent to info@goonlinetrainings.com, so that we will come to know this guy email address and phone number. Then we'll call, what is the address, what is the course you wanted to have. So the students data will be coming from various forms. So sometimes they may call us directly through phone. We will get the data. Sometimes they'll call directly, sometimes they email, sometimes they will be able to give the reference. For example, you are there, you are going to be giving reference to your friend, so you will come, you will communicate, Bhaskar sir, I have one friend, he wanted to join the course and I'm giving you his data. So like that also references data, we will be able to get it. So daily we are going to be getting lots of calls. My call center. So my call center team is this and they will be entering the data. So after that, what they convert is that one student may inquire more courses. So one student Neha is asking for not only Power BI, SQL Server. Now this guy is asking for only one course, right? So like that, this guy is old student. Again, he wanted to join. He wanted to do this course, only one course, right? So if you see a student, okay, you say a student data, one student is going to be inquiring how many courses. One student, minimum one to many courses he will inquire. Each inquiry will belong to that student. Clear? So compulsorily we have to create one more table called inquiry master. If you know what is the need of inquiry, then only you will create. Otherwise you will be able to create like this. If you create, so when you have any data like this, you cannot analyze this kind of a data. Any Excel sheet, when you have Power BI, comma, SQL, comma, SSIS, when you store the data like this, you will not be able to analyze the data. So never create this kind of. So this is one student is asking multiple courses, but all of them you're going to be writing an Excel sheet like that. But tomorrow, if you wanted to create a reports and everything, you cannot have. So one student and you can get many courses. So you can ask for many inquiries. So it is students and inquiries. It will be one to many. So what will create? We'll create one more sheet. This design I have done it. So we are going to say this is what is the primary key in this table, right? This is what is the primary key in this table. And primary key means you need to know. If you don't know SQL Server and RDBMS, you don't understand what is the primary key, because Excel sheets and all no primary key foreign key concept. But when you know RDBMS and everything, you will need to understand what are joins, what is primary key, what is foreign key, what is one-to-one relation, what is one-to-m relation, what is many-to-many relation. All of them you will be able to understand when you know the SQL Server only or RDBMS concept. Now, that is the reason the second sheet has been prepared. In that, student ID will be there. Student ID will be the foreign key here. So this is one more table I have created. And in this table, you need to have a primary key. The primary key is inquiry ID. In this table, the primary key is student ID. Now, one student, so inquiry data Power B, and the same student, you can see the same student is inquired for two courses. You need to write like this. So one more guy is asked Power BI live and a training type. What kind of a training? They wanted to have live training. They wanted to join, or they would like to buy videos. Okay, as of now, as he joined, not joined. Who's communicating? So telecaller name. Who's dealing with this? This inquiry. Inquiry number 3 means this. So 1008. Who's 1008? You can understand. Neha. Clear? So this data you cannot have like this. You need to convert into inquiry master so that you can easily track. So this is the student number, and when is the data of inquiry, what kind of training they need, and who's the executive from my team is going to be communicating with them, and over phone call, how are they communicating through WhatsApp. So a lot of other details are available. So that is the first table. That is second table. Did you understand here? So here what is the primary key you have to know, and here what is the primary key you need to know. So this is what is the details you have to understand one by one. So this is how you can easily understand the business. Otherwise you don't understand why inquiry master is there, why we need to create this table. One student may ask for many inquiries. So these inquiries need to be written. One inquiry for Power BI, one inquiry for SQL Server, and who is a student, and one primary key. The primary key number, it is inquiry data. So once it is done, then my call center team doing the follow up. Then this table we have created, I have designed. In this there is a follow up ID. Okay, you need to have one primary key, follow up ID 1 2 3 4 continuous numbers, it is there. Then for this inquiry, what is the inquiry number? Inquiry number 1 means this student. Inquiry number 1, I am going to be writing for the inquiry number, that is student number 1, student number 007. And follow up means my team Krishna called. They will be able to call and communicating. So this guy, you know give the inquiry, and we supposed to call and update, and this is when the demo is there, this is when the demo is not there, blah blah blah. How many calls these people are doing for each and every inquiry. For example, as of now, we have these many inquiries, 125 inquiries are there, right? So these inquiry number 124, whether anybody called or not, I have to verify. Inquiry number 124, anybody called, so 124 is there. So 124, this guy on the 5th, so Vishal has called and spoken to him. So whenever the call center people are calling, they are putting the data, saying that this is the day, in which date they made the phone call, right? So like that, we should be able to call end update. So 5th, but actually when is the inquiry? It came in 124. When you go back 124, inquiry came in 5th. Inquiry date is 5th. On the same day, my team, this is the follow-up date. So when is that my team has replied? Same day. If it is that my team has replied on the 2 days later or 3 days later, means when I say this is student 124, student inquiry date, that is this date. And when the communication follow up means people are communicating, sir, you inquired for the course. Do you want to understand the next month we're going to be having the batch, or we don't have any batch? Are you planning to buy a video, or you cannot buy a video? Whatever the communication, my people have to call and ask. So I have a call center, right? So I wanted to know whether on the same day the calls have been made or not, or the same day, it is not the same day, it is taken 3 days. Like that, I wanted to understand what is my call center performance. Each and every employee in the call center, how the performance, are they able to call all the inquiries on the same day, or they're taking inquiry came in 5th of January, but my people made the call on 8th of January. Clear? So daily data will be there, so daily reports will be updated, and monthly we will be able to take the reports of the students data, how many new students we have received it, how many inquiries we have received it, because one student may ask for 3 courses, so one student means 3 inquiries you need to create here. Clear? One student, let us say Ahmad may be asking SSIS and SQL Server Power BI for student number, let us say this guy Neha. Okay, how many she needs it? She needs it to, definitely she will be able to get 2 inquiries IDs will be prepared. When you go here, you will be able to get 2 inquiry IDs will be prepared. One is for Power BI for the same thing, one is for SQL. So something, and for each and everything, you will have 2 inquiries. One student, 2 inquiries, like that. And it is one to many relationship. Now, when you go to inquiry master, for one inquiry, my team may make only one call or may make multiple calls, right? So one student John is there. So John number, let us say 1001. John number asked for 1001 asked for SQL, and 1001 asked for Power BI. So this is inquiry number 1, inquiry number 2. Like that, we have 1002. His name is, let us say, Giri. And 100 number 2 will come here. He asked only SSIS. Clear? So this is the student master. This is the inquiry master. And after that, we have a FM master follow up. So my team will be calling, right? So for the inquiry number 1, my team Krishna is calling and so date. Again, for the one inquiry number 1, Krishna will be calling second time. So one inquiry may have many calls, right? So you may have once you may call, or you may call multiple times, and inquiry date will be there and follow-up date will be there, so that the relationship between inquiry master to follow-up master, one inquiry, for this inquiry we have to call, how many times we can call? Minimum one time, or maximum multiple times they will be able to call you, right? But if you don't have, 2 and 3 inquiries have been done, but there's no follow-up has been done, you don't get any kind of a data. You don't get any kind of a data. That means John has done 2 inquiries, and thus, for this follow-up has done, for this no follow-up is made, for this no follow-up is made. Like that, we will be able to understand the customer care executive, the performance. That is what we wanted to understand. Clear? So student data to inquiry master data, what is the requirement? It is one to many relationship. So in the one to many relationship, what will happen? The student ID of this will be a primary key. The primary key will become a foreign key in the opposite table. So that is what you have to know. So when you study the data modeling, when you have one to many relationship between two tables, because you are not going to be doing anything, but at least you need to know how these things are, linked, right? So how these things are linked, that you have to know. So you study my data modeling, videos in SQL Server, so that you need not worry whenever I'm explaining, because this is the project. Project means already you would have studied, data modeling techniques and everything already, that you are implementing or somebody is implemented. They are telling this is the primary key, this is the foreign key, means now those concepts you need to remember. So this is how my project is having the tables, and this is the primary key, this is the foreign key. Now this is the actual the data modeling that in your project, right? So it is, it means that you studied already SQL Server modeling techniques. If you don't know, you have to, watch my SQL Server videos, and people would have bought the SQL Server videos, right? So I think seventh or eighth video is called as in the SQL only. Seventh or eighth video is the relationships and one to many, that you can understand. So when you come to the project, you can easily understand this is a primary key, foreign key. Again, inquiry master too, follow up master. One inquiry many times our team can follow, and this inquiry ID will be the primary key. No duplicates will be there, but you see there will be duplicates. This will be my foreign key, and here in the follow up master there is a for primary key also. Every table will have a primary key. You will have inquiries. Okay, one inquiry you may call multiple times. So again you will have a primary key. The primary key is you don't have the duplicates here, so you may be having duplicates here, but the duplicates will not come. No duplicates is the primary key. Again, this is the primary key and this is the primary key. So when the interviewer is asking, now tell me about your project, what kind of a data you get it, and you should be able to draw and tell the story to them clearly, right? For example, if you're working for the hospital domain, let us talk about hospital domain also. If you're working for the hospital domain, as soon as you go to the hospital, so what are the tables we have in that? What are the tables you have? You have to know. So the first table is called patient table, right? Patient table means patient ID. Then you will have the patient name, patient phone number, and you have to go in for the registration. Patient email ID and patient address, location, so blah blah blah. All this will be taken. This is one table, and you have to know what is the primary key and foreign key, right? So the next table you will be able to have the doctors in the hospital. Doctors in the hospital. So what is doctor spelling? DOCTO. Doctors data hospital have to maintain, right? So you need to compulsorily will have the table how the data modeling means how the primary key and foreign key is linked. So you need to have the doctor number, and you need to have name of the doctor and what is the specialization, right? Specialization and lot of other data, and his phone number, his email address, and blah blah blah, his qualification, his number of years of experience, all of them, right? So and date of join, when this doctor is joined in this company, and what is his qualification, lot of information will be there in this table, right? So let me give a patient. So okay, so this is the first table, second table doesn't matter. So a doctor number, let us say doctor number 10, doctor is John, right? Specialist, let us say he's a dentist or skin specialist, or he's a, the general physician, whatever it is. A lot of data, I'm not going to be filling that data. So like that, number 2, oh, Sunita, Dr. Sunita gynecologist. Number 30, one more doctor, let us say James is one more, one more doctor, like that. We are going to be elected. Abhiram is one more doctor, like that. Lot of data will be there, right? So now these doctors will be having different departments, and a lot of tables are going to be there, right? So now here the patient one, I go, what is my name? Bhaskar Jogi is going today, and with some phone number. All, I am not going to be giving any data. Second one, so let us say Lata is going for some gynec issues and everything. Let us say Raman is going. So all the registration will be done. So later you need to have the relationship between doctor and patient. So one patient may go for many doctors. So you wanted to visit James and he wanted to visit Abhiram. So like that, I need to create one doctor can see multiple patients, right? One patient can see multiple doctors and one doctor can see multiple patients. It is many to many relationship, right? When you have a many to many relationship between two tables, so I told you, you have to create one more table. So all these things I've discussed. So now you will be able to get one more table in that, who's the patient ID and who's the doctor is going to be assigned and what is the date of visit. So date of visit, DOT, date of DOV, date of visit, and blah blah blah. So the patient number one, and he has consulted a doctor called number 30. The date may be November 20 and 2022. Like that, you will be able to have the data. Now, this is the primary key, and this is the primary key, and this is the foreign key, this is the foreign key. Like that, you will be able to get the data. Now, people will ask you, now, what are the tables you have in your hospital domain? You may be working for Apollo Hospital, right? So, what kind of a data? Then again, the each and every patient is going to be making the payments, right? Each and every payment, making the payments data, and you will be able to make some data by the credit card, some by data, some may payment maybe by the the health insurance, remaining okay, maybe paid by cash. Lot of things are going to be coming, and how many days you have admitted in the hospital, or whether inpatient or the outpatient. Lot of data will get created, and you need to know each and everything, how many tables will get created, and what kind of health insurance policies these companies are using, blah blah blah, and what kind of a rooms you have taken. So when you go to Apollo Hospital, you have executive rooms, a single sharing, a double sharing, triple sharing, general ward. For each and every room, you will have a charge, right? Single sharing means AC per day 4,500 rupees plus 18% GST. How many days you have visited, how many days you are there, and you are going to be seeing the Lata doctor and this doctor daily. So one doctor, will be charged, let us say 500 rupees per visit. So like that, four doctors are coming and visiting to you. So four into four times per day, 2,000 rupees per day into 20 days. So like that, so you have to get the billings in general, and what is the medicine you have used, how many injections you have used, each and everything. There is a tables and tables and tables and tables, how each table is loaded. So all the data will be loaded. So end of the day, how each table is going to be connected to one to another, and how the data can be pulled, and lot of things you need to understand. And the business domain will not be any simple, but I need to make it simple, because end of the day, if you don't understand simple primary key foreign key things, then if you will not be able to create joins tomorrow, you will not be able to get the data. What is the primary key, which data should not be having duplicates, which data should have duplicates, all these things you have to know clearly, right? So that is what I'm going to be telling you. You have to understand the domain clearly. Clear? So that is the follow-up data. Then what are the courses we have, course IDs and everything, what is the duration, and what is the course fee. Lot of things may be missing here, but we need to include. And what is the payment, so when is the made payment, and payment data is from India, paid date, course, and which course is joined, and what is the amount they paid, and faculty and phone. Lot of data we are going to be having, phone pay number to this number, the this paid. And we are also sending lot of offers, right? So Christmas offers, this guy bought some courses, and for the regulars mean without offers you're buying something, blah blah blah. So a lot of things are available. So this data we will be able to understand. So like that, we have faculty data, and how many batches, the batch data we have. Batch number 1 Power BI, Bhaskar Jogi data, starting this batch is 2nd January morning this. So in the batch number 1, how many people have joined? When you go to the payment, you will be able to know in the batch number 1. This is batch number 1. So this guy, these two guys are joined for the batch number 1. So Deepthi and Deepthi, same girl. by paid twice. She paid twice, so that is the reason I have had it. Like that batch number one again. These students also joined, right? Allam Sravya. They made two, three payments. All of them we need to understand one by one. So this is what. So what is the how many payments you do? One student will make a lot of payments, right? You may can make a single payment or you may take multiple payments. What is the relationship between a one student and the payment? It is 1 to m. So you will be able to see Kajal two times, Deepthi two times. Clear? For which inquiry she made the payment, because she made inquiry number 45. 45 means, so let me go to 45. This is the inquiry ID 45. So for this 45, student 1013. Who is 1013? 1013 means this is 1013 data. So this guy inquired on January 2nd, Hyderabad SSIS project, right? So the inquiry got created 45 for the SSIS videos he has taken. For this inquiry, this guy has made. So when you take, for these inquiries, you have created a lot of inquiries, right? So if the payment has been made, means this people have joined. This guy is joined. You can say this guy is joined. These guys are joined when you do the payments. So other people have inquired and follow up done, but these people did not join. 14 number for inquiry number 41, 42, 43. When you go, if you don't have this those 41, 42 means those people simply inquired but they did not join. So you can come to know when when you take this data and understand there is an inquiry ID. The inquiry ID will be there in the payment table, so that you will be able to understand. So one guy called 001, his name is John. He asked for two courses. One inquiry, one is called 1001, joined, ask for SQL. 1001 ask for Power BI. But in the payment, so for this inquiry ID, so for the inquiry ID, he made some 2000. So on some date. So what is the meaning? This guy asked for this, the payment has been made, but this guy did not join the course because the inquiry is there, right? So you have only 50 students, but you will be able to get, so 50 into 2 or 50 into 3, at least you will be able to get 150 inquiries. Out of 100 inquiries, only so 40 people have joined, right? Because many people inquired multiple courses. They may be joining next month, not in this month, but 150 inquiries have been created. For 150 inquiries, only 40 admissions are done. So I wanted to do a couple of courses. People who made the inquiry same month they have joined, or people who made in this month inquiry, they have joined in the next month. Clear? Like that, various reports I should be able to get it. So what is my performance of them? My call center team, who's getting, who's calling more and more calls, who's making more and more calls, day by day sales I wanted to understand, day by day calls I wanted to understand, how the people are joining. I got 150 inquiries, only 40 people have converted. So 40 divided by 150 into 100, you will be able to get the conversion ratio. These are the formulas that I have to create inside your DAX. Clear? So what is the conversion? Total, 150 inquiries are there, but out of 150 inquiries, you in the payment data, you have only 40 people have joined so far, and like that. So tomorrow, next month also, you have a total 93, and total inquiries may be 253. And as of now, next month, what is the the conversion ratio? Like that, we are going to be creating lot of reports and everything for each and everything. Until and unless you don't see the data properly, you don't see the proper data, you will not be able to understand. So we have to deal with the data. So everything we're going to be discussing, and this is the data I'm going to be sharing, right? So if you know SQL Server and SSIS, you take the data, you should be able to dump into your SQL Server tables with the help of SSIS. Then when we can create a beautiful data warehouse, or you can create a simple database and you can create the reports from there. That is one thing. Or if you don't know SSIS and everything, all this data you can directly take it and you will be able to understand this data. Tomorrow we'll understand a lot of things, and later we need to understand what are the reporting requirement the company wanted to have. Clear? In the next class, we'll understand what are the reporting requirements the company wanted to have. Based on that, we need to, create the data, because if you don't understand the reporting requirement, you will not be able to create a proper data set. Clear? So how to, for example, I wanted to, what kind of a food items I wanted to have in the party, right? So I wanted to have a chicken biryani, I wanted to have a brinjal, I wanted to have this one pizza. So whatever you wanted to have, the requirements, if you know, then only I can plan what kind of items and how to cut, paneer, how to cut the chicken, I can plan. Because if I don't know what items you're going to be eating, then I will cut the chicken in small, small pieces. If I know you're going to be having a chicken biryani, then I will be, using the bigger, bigger chicken pieces, right? So based on the requirements only, the cutting style, the spices, everything will change, right? It is not that you will go and buy vegetables and you don't ask anything, get some, 100 kgs of chicken, then you cut however you need it, then you ask, what is that you would like to have? Now they will say, I need to have chicken biryani. Then you say, no, 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 I cut small pieces. So if you don't understand the requirements clearly, you cannot know the lot of things clearly today. Clear? So it is very, very important that you need to know the data. You need to read the data and ask a lot of questions. A lot of questions tomorrow, guys. And tomorrow we can have a Q&A. This is the data I have introduced. Tomorrow I will have a Q&A, because when you join the company, you need to ask Q&A questions. When they are giving the KT, you have to ask some Q&A. You can see the data. You can ask this data. So I can give you some Q&A, and whatever we understood, all of them we can create a proper documentation, we can keep it. So like that, you need to understand the data more and more, and we need to do this. So task number one will take some more time to understand the data only. I have given you some briefs, and again tomorrow we'll revisit and we'll see, and we do the data modeling, one to many, primary key, foreign key, everything we're going to be linking, so that we can finish this understanding the data and everything. The task number two, then once it is over, then I'm going to be talking about next task. Okay, in the next task, what are the reporting requirement the company have? Okay, what are the report or dashboard requirement the company wanted to have? Okay, dashboard requirements the company wanted to have. Clear? So project task number one, and what are the KPIs that they wanted to have, and what is the existing reports? If they have some reports, we need to see existing reports, we have to study, and we need to understand their future reports. They're planning to create some reports for the existing scenario. They are not able to create future report requirements. Are these are the reports you're currently using, that is fine, but you wanted to create, you wanted to have this kind of reports. So what are the future report requirements? Clear? So like that, you will be able to gather, existing reports and existing dashboards. You have to understand, right? So reporting requirements, you need to understand what is the report, what is the dashboard. I think if you don't know, you will be able to understand, very soon, no problem. And the future report requirements are, you wanted to create any other reports, and all these things we will be able to talk, and we will go have this is the report I would like to have, this is the report I wanted to have, blah blah blah. So that is what in the task number two. So let us complete the task number one with the data modeling and everything, and we will maintain the tables and everything. So when the task number one is gone, then you will be able to get what are the tables that you are able to get it. So when the task number one is there, you need to have a list of tables. One is called students master table, right? So all of them you need to list it. The sync one is called inquiry. So inquiry master table, right? What is the inquiry master? You don't know, but now I explained. One student will ask many inquiries. And what is the follow-up master table? So what are the tables that you're going to be using? Then the next one is called, payments table. So what are the tables you have, and how these tables are linked? How the payments, what is the payments table? Then what is the batch? And how many faculties you have, faculty table, how many courses they have, courses table. Like that, couple of tables I'm able to create, and how each and every table. Okay, so it may be a batch master, faculty master and course master. Like that we have couple of tables, payment master, right? So all the table names we have. Why the master table, why we are going to be saying master also, have clearly explained in the data warehousing concept, right? So in the Power BI, when you learn, I'm giving, data warehousing videos for free. In that, I will be explaining what is a master table, what is a transactional table, what is a dimension table, what is a fact table. All of them I have discussed. So you will be able to understand, but this is not the time to explain all of them. So what are the tables you have identified? Okay, tables listed or tables identified. The next one, how the tables are linked. Why, if, first table to second table, how is the link? What is the primary key? What is the foreign key? This kind of a schema and everything. Let us understand, because this is how the project will be starting. So directly you go and dump the data, creating a report. That is a simply a bookish knowledge. That is not the right way to do that. So do the activity, then after this activity is done, what is that you have done, then tomorrow we create a diagram how each table is going to be having. You need to have a proper diagram. Okay, the data modeling diagram also I will be able to explain, so that you can understand from the very basic level. Okay, this is how the data will be submitted, this is how the primary key, foreign key, this is how the table definition, this is how the columns, everything we need to understand. So blah blah blah. So data modeling and diagram will create, and we'll understand the task number one only. After that, after this is done, so the data is ready, and we can make some assumptions, and we can go to the customer. So this is what we understood, this is what is the data you have, and this is what is the we understood from you, and this is how the diagrammatically I can understand. So next one, so then we'll see. So tell me your reporting requirements. Then I need this report, I need that report, I need that dashboard, I need this. Then all the requirements also we will be able to collect. So normally in the IT company you don't do these activities. In the IT companies, you don't do these activities. There is some more people who have done already. So simply when you join the company, they will give you, hey, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. But that is, you don't understand from very basic level to advanced level. So this one where you will be able to understand from very basic level to advanced level. After that, creating a report, and having a lot of technical challenges, and when you get the data, cleaning the data, a lot of things we're going to be doing it, right? Only we're understanding the data. When you take the data, you will see a lot of issues also. Reporting requirement, actual work, then you get the data, you clean the data. So that is also one more activity. After that, you create a data set. So like that, okay? So cleaning project requirements. Then a task number 3. So like that, we are going to be having lot of the activity, right? Task number 3. What is the task number 2 we have done? Task number 3 also we will be implementing. Get the data, clean the data, apply transformations, right? Now you're doing the work. So get the data, perform ETL operations on the data. Okay, so this is what kind of an ETL application? Remove duplicate data, right? Remove duplicate data, remove null values, remove blanks. Okay, remove blank values. So lot of things we're going to be doing, and identity, putting, assign proper data types, assign data types, and what are the issues with the data types, and all these things we're going to be doing one by one. Like that, we have to do the activity, then you should be able to complete this task. Okay, then after that we'll go one by one. So this is the project number T, completely ETL operations, right? So ETL operations, extracting the data, transforming means cleaning the data, cleansing, and loading the data into the Power BI. So all these things, then you will be creating a data set, blah blah blah. Okay, so all these things we'll do one by one. So what is the business case study? What is that the company wanted to know by this case study? The company, a business should be able to use their vast amount of data, and they wanted to understand the tracking call center performance, how the call center is working, right? Tracking individual executive performance. Call center will have a lot of people, individual performance the company wanted to track, identifying the demanding products, which course is, selling more and more, detecting user trends and patterns, what are the user trends, what is the user wanted to have, what user wanted to have, which kind of a courses, which kind of a, things the skills they wanted to learn, detecting user trends and patterns, recommending purchase habits, people who are buying, Power BI, they're also buying Power BI a project, or people who are learning SSIS, they wanted to also learning data warehousing. So this is what is called recommendation and patterns. Okay, if you buy a shoe, you are also buying a shoe polish. If you buy a toothbrush, you're also buying a toothpaste. This is called a pattern. Clear? How many people who have taken the Power BI course and they have also taken the Power BI project or end-to-end project or both projects. So that data I wanted to know. What is the what is that I wanted to know? So people who have joined Power BI course, out of them, how many did not take any project? How many of them did not take any project, but how many of them taken single project? How many of them taken the double project? So I wanted to see the pattern. So what is the pattern means? So most of the time, so 70% of the people, they are buying, 70% of the time they are buying two projects, but 30 in 20% of the time they are buying single project. Only 10% of the people they are not buying. So something like that. I wanted to understand their patterns and everything, right? Recommending purchase habits and determining sales optimizations, identifying the business process bottlenecks, and where the issues in the, whether the issues in the inquiries, issues in the company follow-ups, issues in the invoice and premises budgeting, where is some business processes also we should be able to understand, and identifying trends. Lot of things we can understand by using this case study, right? So this is what you need to say. So out of this project, what is that customer wanted to understand? So this is the final question they'll ask you in the call. So they can say these are the things we wanted to showcase in our reports and dashboards. Okay, so we'll continue tomorrow. The demo ends here, and if you have any questions, you can ask me now. So this is demo number 2, and from tomorrow the classes will not be free, and the meeting ID and everything will change, and you will be able to get the separate meeting link. The same timing will be there. The the complete meeting aid and everything will change. So you will be able to get the payment links and everything when you fill this form. You can avail the discounts and everything, right? So this is the live project. You can utilize this, and if you don't want to get into live, you can also buy the videos later, and you should be able to do the project on your own. And if you get any issue, you should be able to also tell me your issues later, so that we can give you that kind of a training as well. So you have my mail ID. You can mention, sir, I am doing Power BI project. This is where I am stuck. This is where I am stuck. So that when you say like that, I will be able to connect with you one to one. I will be able to sort out the issue. That is also offline model. Whenever you get a time, you work on the project. So that is also one thing. If you're not able to join in this, so that is also there. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. So payment links and everything will be given tomorrow by 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. You will be able to get it. And don't ask me the price details and everything. I'm not the right person to tell you. But if you don't get the payment links, these are the numbers. You can call them, or you can also mail me saying that, sir, I did not get any payment links yet, or they would have sent to you, the mail would have gone to the spam folder. Clear? Thank you guys for attending the classes, and definitely, you believe me, you will be able to get into IT companies with proper knowledge, proper dedication. If there's kind of a work, you can crack any kind of an interviews, and you can get into IT companies. It is important that you can sustain. Many people can crack the interview. After that, they cannot work in the IT company. Why? Because they don't know real-time projects. Simply 1 hour, 2 hour projects you will be learning, in the YouTube. But most of the time they'll be talking about, you click on this and make it to red, make it to green. They will be explaining only the colors, and simple data they'll take it, or they'll say that 1 hour, half an hour. So those kind of things are useless. Clear? So they will teach you only red color, blue color, yellow color for 1 hour, and they'll make your report beautiful, and you will not be able to understand what is it they're doing, what is it they're telling you. and that will be useless. Okay. Here we are going to be understanding step by step, and you can also learn many things over there. Thank you so much, guys. And if you have any questions, you are welcome. Hope you liked this class. Class Bonda, did you understand?